March 7, 2018, 12:48 p.m. David Wiener at David Wiener 9 Source, Fox Sports. Real Madrid's Portuguese forward Cristiano Ronaldo, celebrates with Real Madrid's French defender Raphael Varane, Source. Of Pinstead, they got handed a reality check. The traditional powerhouse prevailed over the wannabe. After last year's epic collapse at Camp Nou, leading 4-0 after the first leg to lose 6-1, this was a collapse of a different manner. Arriving at home down 3-1 to Real Madrid, when they were in a good spot to leave Spain at 1-1 before losing concentration, Paris Saint-Germain were simply meager, insipid, devoid of inspiration. Ronaldo scores killer blow 140. I don't think they went out like a big team, said Frank Lampard on BT Sport. A big team goes with some tackles. It might look great on the eye, but you have a right go. But they threw the towel in the second half, all that, despite a raucous home support at the Parc des Princes. Missing Neymar was a hammer blow, but it is not like Joe Bloggs came in instead. Angel Di Maria, a UCL winner with Real Madrid, came into the triumvirate alongside Edinson Cavani and Kylian Mbappé. $500 million spent in two players attempting to break the entire transfer market just to be utterly embarrassed once again. Appreciate the fact that PSG spent about £500 million in summer, just to get beat 5-2 by a team who are third in their domestic league and were beaten by Espanyol a week ago. Todd Hunter, at TDHNTR, March 6, 2018. Shocked by just how bad PSG have been over these two legs. Nearly as bad as that tattoo on the back of Ramos' neck. James Ducker, at Telegraph. Ducker, March 6, 2018. Considering the money spent by both clubs, PSG are million miles behind Man City in terms of development. On this evidence anyway. Mark Ogden, at @MarkOgden_, March 6, 2018. Desperate night for PSG. 6.5 years into the QSI era, obscene amounts of money spent on new players, and they seem as far away from winning the Champions League as ever. They're walking League One, but with a team of individuals. Can't get away with it in Europe. Tom Williams, at Tom Football, March 6, 2018. Paris Saint-Germain's Uruguayan forward Edinson Cavani, and Paris Saint-Germain's French forward Kylian Mbappé. Source, Zinedine Zidane, so often maligned as a tactician, didn't play to the theater-goers watching hoping for a blockbuster. He picked Casemiro and Mateo Kovacic, played with defensive banks that were resolute and well organized, and the hosts simply could not up the ante. Indeed, Keylor Navas was hardly tested, while scintillating and pointed counter attacks meant Alphonse Areola was one of the Parisians' best. Ronaldo kicks out at Alves 0-22. The plan went well. We played a serious game from the beginning, played high, pressing. We had a perfect match, Zidane said. I'm here to put in and take off players, and prepare the game well. Tactically, we played the game as expected. In the end, it's the players who win games. We believe in what we do. Fanflares halt UCL clash 053. The most expensive player in the world might have been absent, but they still had the second most expensive player on their books. So to trickle out in the round of 16, especially in this fashion, is just simply an indictment on this current crop of players and their manager Unai Emery. Real were procedural, while players like Dani Alves, tactically, and Marco Verratti, with his discipline, lost their composure. Paris Saint-Germain's Argentinian forward Angel Di Maria. Source, AFP. Since the Middle East investment, the only clubs they've beaten in the UCL knockouts are Chelsea, Valencia and Bayer Leverkusen. They're rampant in League One, but is that competition able to build the mental temerity needed to withstand a fight with the UEFA Champions League big boys? The way certain through our time will come, suggests to me their time won't come. Matt Spiro, at Matt Spiro, March 6, 2018. Paris Saint-Germain embarrassed and humiliated in Europe. All of that money spent to not even make the quarter-finals. Suspect some players might cause some chaos behind the scenes. Hugely disappointing from them. No substance whatsoever. Liam Canning, at Liam Paul Canning, March 6, 2018. The fact they scored a record amount of group stage goals does not help the suspicion of flat-track bullies. In the French league they're never under pressure. It's too easy for them. Rude Gullit said on beIN Sports as an explanation of why they aren't battle-hardened to cope in the big European games. They've had a tough run in the 6 editions of the tournament, but eliminations by Barcelona, Chelsea, Barcelona, Manchester City, Barcelona and Real Madrid eat into the ego of an ownership that wants to be talked about in that company. It's not the moment. Everyone is very upset, Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi said. L'équipe Fans ruined silence for a story 117. We will calm down to think about what to change. Speaking of his greatest disappointment on the night, he added, the elimination, the reaction of some players, we are not happy at all. We are very, very disappointed with the result. In the first half we dominated. We were only missing a goal, that's all. With one goal the match would have changed. Paris Saint-Germain's Spanish head coach Unai Emery. Source, AFP, Verratti's red card killed the match. We will work, give more for the club and our supporters. Al-Khelafi has to stomach that if €418 million summer investment wasn't enough to make the final 8 in Europe, and the earlier than expected elimination will eat into their financial fair play calculations for next season, with his estimating the loss will cost them some €13 million. To be eliminated in the last 16 is a disappointment, but to lose against Real Madrid is not. They deserve to go through. There is no other analysis, said Emery. Not quite true. The analysis about his future will ring louder and louder in the coming days and weeks. Adios Unai. James Horncastle, at James Horncastle, March 6, 2018. The latest sports news, in your inbox daily.